fresh, steady, relevant content is critical. So Google is really just trying to help their audience find what they're looking for more and more easily. So when they make a core update, there's no conspiracy. They're not going after certain websites, and they're not lifting up certain perspectives and damaging others. Now, there are things like the Medic update that tended to squelch non-professionalized, non-credentialed healthcare information or health information. So there are some times when there are updates that are a little more pointed and a little bit more observable around particular industries. But in general, with a core update, it's some broad set of changes that they're making under the hood to improve the user experience. That's what they're trying to do. They're not trying to attack anybody personally. So the biggest thing that they say is just focus on producing valuable content. And so we've got to take them at their word. So here's what that looks like to put a little bit of skin and bones on that platitude. Produce steady content. Your website, if you're going 30 days with no new pages hitting your website, you're essentially just transmitting dead air out into the ether. And so Google is seeing that, and they're saying, well, there's not really a lot going on there. You really should have anywhere between 2 and 10 new pages of content hitting your website every month. Now, if you're working with an SEO agency, you've probably got some blog posts happening, but what about services pages being updated? What about subservices being broken out in more detail and linking between your subservices pages and your services pages? For your products, are you appropriately creating more useful information and highlighting the most important information and creating secondary pages for supporting information, technical specs, access to the manual, whatever it is, user stories? Are you creating new pages that your users can see and get to, but search engines can index? If you're creating that steady flow of new valuable content and breaking it up and structuring it in as useful a way as possible, Google's always going to see that as a good thing. And no matter how small you are, nobody's small enough that they would never have something new to say. So a minimum of the lights being on at home is between 2 and 10 pages a month.